That's my little Margie. I've been both mother and father to her since she was born. She's grown up now, and you think my job's all done, eh? Well, that's what you think. When she was little, I could spank her and make her mind me. I had control over her. I made her eat her spinach, no candy before meals. And when she disobeyed, I took her roller skates away for a week. But what can you do when a girl reaches this age? She's completely out of hand. I've got a problem, believe me. I've got a problem.
That's my father. I've raised him from childhood. That is, my childhood. He's nearly 50 now, and you'd think he'd settle down, wouldn't you? Well, that's what you think. Today, he looks better in shorts on a tennis court than fellas 25. Girls wink at him, and what's worse, he winks back at them. I want a nice, old, comfortable father. I try to look after him, but he just won't settle down. I've got a problem, believe me, I've got a problem.
Norma Jean, you'll come back here. Norma Jean, if I ever get my hands on you, oh, just wait till your granny hears about this. I'll teach you. I'm going to give you one for what you did to the drapes, and one for wrecking the furniture, and one for the mirror, and one for the...
Okay, I give up. Honest, Margie. Cross my heart, I'll be good.
I'll give you one more chance, Norma Jean, just one more, and I'm not joking.
Hey, let's play animals. I know, I'll be a horrible gorilla.
That's typecasting. Let's try something calling for a little more effort. How about being one of those dogs that does tricks?
Okay, what'll I do first?
Play dead. Honestly, Norma Jean, can't you just sit down and be quiet for 10 seconds? Of all the kids I've ever known,
Who's
you're
a kid? I'm almost as big as you are. Of course, I'll have to admit that I'm just straight up and down, while you, meander a little.
Well, thanks.
How long do you think it'll be before I start getting some shape? This is getting monotonous.
You'll change when you've matured.
How will I know when I've matured?
You'll hear a whistle, and it won't be from a factory.
If that's my granny, don't tell her I've been bad. Please, Margie, she'll send me back to Philadelphia. Please, I want to spend the whole week here.
I'll make you a deal. I won't say a word if you'll promise me one thing.
Okay, what?
If she suggests having me babysit with you again, you refuse.
It's a deal. Besides, I can have just as much fun wrecking her apartment. Hello, Granny dear.
Hello, you little monster. Were you a good girl, Norma Jean? Was she, Margie?
You tell her, Norma Jean.
I was just as good as you'd expect me to be.
Oh, well, just send me a bill for any broken furniture.
Everything's okay, Miss Odetts.
And thanks for minding her for me, dear. Come on.
Hello? Oh, Freddie, did you get the invitation?
That's just what I called about, Margie. I've tried every angle I know, including wearing a monocle and saying I was a duke.
But, Freddie, you've got to work it some way. This isn't just a party, it's the International Ball. I've wanted to go ever since I was old enough to dance.
Let's face it, Margie, this shindig is strictly blue blood. We couldn't make it if our shin spent the night in a deep freeze.
Well, keep trying anyway. Okay, bye. Dad, you're home early.
Oh, it was quiet at the office, so I thought I'd come home and surprise you.
Thought you'd surprise Freddie, too, didn't you? Only you got fooled. Well, aren't you going to look out on the terrace, or do you feel ridiculous enough?
Listen, Margie, I'm only thinking of your own good. How can an intelligent girl like you choose a droopy character like that Freddie for a boyfriend? Why, he's the most...
Don't say it. Whatever it is, you've said it before. Besides, I happen to like him, and regardless of what you think, I'm going to keep right on seeing him. I'm past 21, and you can't stop me. You haven't kissed me yet.
Gee, honey, what struck this place? An American Legion convention?
Norma Jean. Her granny had to go shopping, and I got stuck with a little darling. Look at this place. What a monster.
Well, it's too bad she's not old enough for Freddie. Oh, okay. I won't talk about Fred. I've got a surprise for you. Sit down. I've got something to show you. You remember that time that I was in England? Oh, here it is.
Albright? What is it, an organ grinder and his monkey?
Well, that's not a nice way to talk about the best friend I've ever had.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Who is he and what's the surprise?
There's Wesley Charlton and Wesley Charlton Jr. The boy arrives by plane tomorrow. He's never been to America before, and you're going to entertain him.
I'm going to what?
But, Margie, it's the least we can do. Well, his father couldn't do enough for me when I was over there. He took me in his own home, would let me go to a hotel, took me every place.
You can't ask me to go out with that.
Well, I'll admit he doesn't look so good there, but that was taken years ago. Kids outgrow things.
In a million years, he couldn't outgrow that face. Oh, I'd like to be able to help you, Dad, but that's too much.
Oh, but, honey, think of all the nice things his father did for me.
All I can think of is the horrible thing my father's trying to do to me.
Oh, baby.
You take him out. Anyway, I'm all dated up for the rest of the week.
Freddie, huh? That guy's always causing me trouble.
Freddie has nothing to do with it. I'm not joking, Dad. I'd rather jump down there than go out with your Wesley Charlton Jr.
It's a pretty messy alternative, but if it's your choice, you don't mind if I don't watch. Margie, baby! Please, don't ever do that again.
I'm sorry, Dad, really I am, but you make me so... Okay, you win. Though it's a fate far worse than that.
Oh, thanks, baby. It may not be so bad. He may not even like you. He may not want a second date.
Hey, that's an idea. Yeah, suppose he doesn't like me. Then I'd be off the hook, right?
Sure. Well, let's face it, you're a pretty attractive girl, and why shouldn't he like you?
I'm not sure, but I'm working on it.
Huh?
Dinner, I mean. If we're going to eat tonight, I'd better get working on it. Come on. You'll just have to be understanding, Freddie. It's better to lose just one date than the whole week, isn't it? How are we doing with the international ball?
We're batting 0. Are you sure this guy's homely?
Believe me, Freddie, if ugliness was a disease, his face would be in permanent quarantine.
I sure like ugly guys. But how are you going to work it to make him not like you?
I've got it all figured out. You know that little demon who's visiting Miss Odetts? Uh-oh, the Marines have just landed. Bye now.
Hiya, Margie. Am I punchy or do I hear bells? Granny said you had a proposition for me.
Come in, Norma Jean.
Wait a minute. What's the caper?
Come on in, dear. How would you like to earn a fast $5?
Cash on the line?
In advance.
You got yourself a deal, partner.
I hope I'm not upsetting your daughter's plans, sir.
Not at all. In fact, I think she's going to be pretty excited.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Margie!
Yes, Dad?
Wesley's here.
I'm dressing. I'll be with you in a minute.
Sit down and make yourself at home. I'm going to call Miss Townsend, a friend of mine. I want you to meet her. I'll be right back.
Oh, excuse me. Did I give you a start?
No, but you're sure going to give Margie one.
Well, thank you.
I wish I could stay and watch. $5. Clear profit.
Hi, I'm Margie.
You're Margie Albright?
You're Wesley Charlton Jr.?
The way your father spoke, I imagine you were a bit older.
I was. I'm just the right age for a girl as old as I am.
Well, who's this girl?
That's my older sister, Sally. She's in bed.
Oh, so early? Well, I'd certainly like to go out with her while I'm here.
Yeah, she'd certainly like to go out with you, too.
You think so?
I know, for a fact.
I say, the British consul has invited me to a party here tomorrow night, the International Ball.
The International Ball? I'd love to go. My big sister would. She's wanted to go for years.
Well, can I see her and ask her right now?
Right now, it would be complicated.
Complicated? Well, that's a large word for a little girl.
I just use big words. I don't know what they mean.
How old are you?
11.
Awfully big for 11.
It's a gland condition.
Roberta got held up at her office, and I'm going to pick her up later.
I was just telling Wesley that my big sister Helen is...
Sally.
Thanks, Sally. I was just telling him Sally's in bed. Catch, Daddy? Catch, Daddy.
Let's talk about the organ grinder's little monkey.
Daddy, may I see you alone a minute?
Will you excuse us? Come along, Margie.
Daddy, dear, you're hurting my little hand. I'll wake Sally up and have her come right in.
Well, my little bloomer girl, you really did it this time, didn't you? I'm going to tell him.
Oh, no, Dad, no, you can't do that. He's going to ask me to go to the international ball as soon as I go in and get myself out of bed.
You mean to say you're going on with this silly masquerade?
I've got to. If he ever found out I was trying to get rid of him...
Goodbye, international ball, eh? Well, let's see you sweat yourself out of this one.
Good evening, Mr. Albright. I'm Margie Odetts. Remember me?
Oh, yes, yes, indeed. And I also remember my 3 best golf clubs that you broke on your last visit.
Oh, I'm a problem. There's no getting around that. Would you care for another spot of tea? You'd be glad to fix it for him, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes, of course. Good idea.
Please don't trouble.
Oh, no trouble at all.
I just said that so that we could be alone. You and I have got little private business to discuss.
I beg your pardon?
Cross my palm with 10 eagles and you shall know all.
Why do I do these things? Why do I do these things?
Thanks, partner. Maybe I better give you just one more quick rundown. Margie thought you were going to be a prize goon. Translated, that means she thought your face would stop a clock. So she rented my clothes and made like a 10-year-old to discourage you. You take it from there. I'm right across the hall. I got to get back to my granny now. We're playing Indians, and I've got her tied up precariously close to the fireplace. Situations such as yours can go in numerous directions. If I can contribute to an interesting development, don't hesitate to buzz me. Nighty-night.
I hope you aren't too angry.
Angry? Of course not. It's just that, well...
I'm not trying to defend Margie, you understand, but I thought maybe that I should explain. She saw a picture of you when you were, well, like that, and she hardly expected you to be so different from the picture.
It's perfectly all right, Mr. Albright.
It's not all right. She's got to stop these wild deals, and you're the one that can do it.
Do what?
Teach her a lesson that she'll never forget.
What do you mean?
Well, make her go on being sisters, both of them, I mean.
Well, how could she be 2 girls with the one... Oh, I say. That would keep her hopping, wouldn't it?
And how? Will you do it?
As they say in your American films, you got yourself a boy.
Excuse me, Dad. Margie woke me up, said someone wanted to meet me.
Oh, yes. This is my friend, Mr. Charlton, my elder daughter, Sally.
How do you do?
Hello.
Margie, go to bed, dear?
Margie? Oh, yes. She'll be off to sleep in a minute.
I say, I wanted to tell her something. You don't mind if I tell her before she drops off?
Oh, no. Let me tell her for you. Don't you trouble.
If you don't mind, I'd like to tell her in person, just between Margie and me. You understand?
Oh, let me do it for you. The bedroom's a mess.
We'll compromise. You ask her to come in here a minute.
But she's already undressed.
Oh, tell her to put on a robe. Yes, go ahead and get her, dear.
I'll send her right in.
Change my clothes, take off my makeup, put on those silly braids. Why can't he let the poor little kid sleep?
Hi, baby.
Sally said you wanted to see me.
Come here, Margie, honey. Sit down.
What did you want to tell me?
Well, back home in England, I have a little niece just about your age.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. And whenever I get the chance, I take her to the merry-go-round.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, yes. And guess what? Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to take you to the merry-go-round.
Well, say, honey, isn't that just wonderful?
Goody.
Call me Uncle Wesley, honey.
Uncle Wesley, wouldn't you rather take my sister Sally?
Margie, I'd much rather take you.
Don't you like Sally?
You're my girl. Now, off to bed with you.
Aren't you going to kiss Uncle Wesley goodnight? Ask Sally to put you to bed and tell her I'm going out with Roberta.
Yes, Daddy. Good night. Maybe you'll change your mind about going to the merry-go-round tomorrow.
Not a chance of it.
Please?
Pardon?
I said, please don't be afraid to disappoint me if you want to change your mind. I'm sure Sally would be glad to go with you. She's lots of fun. You'd have a real good time.
I'm taking her out tonight. Tomorrow is all yours.
Sally will be right in. Good night.
I haven't had this much fun in years. Well, I'm sorry I have to leave, but I promised to pick up Roberta. We'll see you later.
Yes, Mr. Albright. Good night, sir.
I put my coat on because, well, my little sister said you were taking me out.
Yes, I was going to, but I've been thinking. We can't leave little Margie all by herself. And I do want to see some of your nightlife, so maybe I better go it alone, eh?
Oh, no. We'll get a babysitter. Miss Odetts across the hall.
Oh, fine.
Oh, it's you, Sally. Yes. She has so much trouble with names. Miss Odetts, would you do me a favor? Bring Norma Jean over and babysit with my little sister, Margie.
Your little sister, Margie.
Oh, thanks a million, Miss Odetts.
$5, I'll explain everything.
$2.50.
Taxi!
That guy's ugly?
Toast to your little sister Margie. The way we do it in England, like this, both from the same glass.
You're sure this is the way they do it in England?
Was the way I do it in England.
I wonder if we wouldn't have been better off if Paul Revere's horse had blown a hoof.
Oh, what's wrong?
Paul Revere. He's here. Let's go. Thanks a lot. It's been awfully nice.
Don't forget tomorrow night. The consul expects us at 8.
Forget. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Wesley, how can I ever thank you?
How can you thank me? Really? That's what American ingenuity I heard so much about.
Good night, Mr. Charlton.
Oh, will you wait just a minute? We'll be going right down.
Yes.
Thank you. Hello, Margie. All set?
Yes, Uncle Wesley.
Go.
Hi, Sally.
Hello, Miss Margie.
Margie. That's what I like to see, a happy little heart. Thanks, Margie, dear. Sally bring you here often?
No, she hates amusement parks. Let's go home.
Sally may hate them, but you love them, don't you? Eh?
Yeah, I'm crazy about them. Did you have a nice time last night, Uncle Wesley?
I had a horrible time.
You did?
Your sister can't make up her mind. I'd start to kiss her, she'd pull away. I'd start again, she'd pull away. I'd start again. Same story.
There'll be another time. I hope you didn't wear out your starter.
I don't think it's even worth trying again.
But if you like her, it's worth trying.
I guess so.
Do you?
Do I what?
Do you like her?
Oh, she's not a bad egg.
But would you say she's a good egg?
Not a bad egg. Do you think she likes me?
Not a bad egg.
Does she think I'm a good egg?
Not a bad egg, but inclined to be a pain in the neck. Let's go home.
Margie, wait. Want to know a secret?
What?
Just between you and me, I think your sister is sensational.
You do?
Yes, but don't tell her. I want her to find it out for herself.
Hi, I brought you some popcorn. You're kind of big for me, but I'd like to go steady with you.
Well, isn't that nice? You'll have to give your little boyfriend your name and address, huh?
Well, what's the matter, Marge? I mean, Sally?
Okay, rub it in.
I'm sorry, but after all, You did ask for it.
Dad, I feel like such a heel. He's so darn nice. I just can't go on making a fool of him this way.
But if you ask me, he's having the time of his life.
Well, that's just because he doesn't know the truth. Dad, I've made up my mind. I'm going to tell him everything.
Now, that's the way I like to hear my little girl talk.
I'll tell him the minute he gets here. But then maybe he wouldn't take me to the party, and I never met a lord and lady somebody, and I did so want to go. But honesty's just as good after a party as before a party, so I could tell him after the party. Now I'm talking like a heel again, so no matter what happens, I'll tell him the minute he gets here. And as soon as what I just said sinks in, you can stop shaking your head like that.
Oh, honey, you really did learn your lesson this time. Good girl.
How about you going out tonight, Dad? It'll be easier to tell him without anybody around.
Go out with an old Charlie Farrell picture running on television? Why, I should say not. I wouldn't miss it for anything. But don't worry, I won't get in the way. I'll stay in the bed. This is it. Good luck, baby.
Where's little Margie?
Margie's asleep. I'll take that. You must have worn her out today.
Be sure and tell her it's from old Uncle Wesley.
I have something terribly important to tell you.
Oh, really?
Yes, Wesley, sit down, please.
Now then, Sally, what's on your mind?
I'm going to come right out with it. No hemming and hawing and no stalling around.
Good.
Well, here it is. Give me a cigarette.
Well, that's what I like, a girl who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to ask for it.
Let me start again.
Oh, you weren't finished?
Wesley, may I ask you a question?
Yes, but that isn't telling, that's asking.
If you liked a girl, I mean if you liked her a lot.
Like whom, for example?
Any girl.
Any girl?
Any girl like me.
Oh, any girl like you. Go on.
I'm sure you'll be very understanding, and I know you won't be angry when...
Oh, I can be pretty understanding. Unless someone tries to make a fool out of me. I never could tolerate having my intelligence insulted. But go on, that doesn't concern you.
I was only joking. I don't have anything to say.
Sally, I know you have something on your mind. Tell me what it is.
Well, maybe you would understand. After all, you did say you thought I was sensational, so
I said what?
Well, didn't you?
There's only one... Sally, did your little sister tell you that?
As a matter of fact, she did.
Well, of all the crazy things for a child to make up.
Well, she didn't make it up.
I'll prove it. We'll face her right now and make her tell the truth.
Wesley! No, Wesley! You can't go in there. She's got the measles.
Let me in there. I'll make her tell the truth.
I tell you, she's got the mumps.
You said it was the measles.
It's both. Mumps with red spots on them. Goodbye, Wesley.
We want Margie, 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 we want Margie. We want to see little Margie. We want everybody to see little Margie.
Well, you're too late, wise guy. Everything's ruined already. The everybody you want to see little Margie is already in there not seeing little Margie now. And if it'll make you any happier, Paul Revere, any second now you can start shouting the British are going.
Well, good, and I hope he never comes back. Hey! I'm trying to watch television.
Shh, quiet. She's asleep.
Who's asleep?
Little Margie. And she's sick, too. You were right. Mumps with red spots. Come, dear, we mustn't keep the consul waiting. Where's your wrap?
In the living room?
Oh, don't take it so hard, Freddie. I'll fix you up with a date with my younger daughter. That is, after she gets over the mumps.